It's at the end of the quarter for Tesla. So incentive deals, a lot could happen over the next couple of weeks as we round out the end of June. But let's talk about some of the strategies that you might be thinking about, like in terms of like when 0% ends, or maybe even 1.99% ends, or like what's happened in the past and what could happen. And are some of these strategies even worth it? We'll also talk about like if your delivery was delayed, like delayed into July, which I'm also hearing for the Model Y right now. What should you be doing at this moment? So yes, it's the end of the quarter. We know that Tesla incentives are always the aggressive at the end of each quarter. In case you don't know what that is, right now it's June. The next end of quarter 3 will be September, and then the end of quarter 4 will be December. There's plenty of incentives at the moment. Here's the full list of everything that is going on at the moment. But I know a lot of you out there are buying Model 3s and Model Ys. The biggest thing is don't forget to use a Tesla referral code, just like the one down below in the description, so you can get 3 months of full self-driving added to your Tesla vehicle. We got full self-driving transfer program that's happening. The biggest thing, America's Heroes program, $1,000 off, and also Lyft Driver, another $1,000 in credits that you can get. We got 0% on the Model 3 up to 60 months. This ends on June 30th to take delivery by June 30th. And same thing with the Model Y. We've got 1.99% financing on the all-wheel drive and 1.99% financing on the rear-wheel drive, but you also have to take delivery by the end of the month, or really you have to order for the all-wheel drive, you have to order by the 16th. So that really brings us to this question, which I feel like some of you might be thinking about this, like what's going to happen after the 16th, and should you wait for a better deal? Like, should you just throw in your deposit, your $250 deposit now, and then if something were to happen, like if there's a bigger inventory discount or better rate, could you cancel? Short answer is yes, you could cancel. Worst case scenario, you just lose your $250 deposit, or even what's happened in the past is you'll be able to just take advantage of whatever the better offer is. And Tesla has been pretty good at like transferring the deposit or refunding and then giving you another one, or they make you do another credit app. There's a lot of different options here, but really, if you're banking on at least getting the 1.99, I would throw it in your deposit at the moment, just as a kind of a safety net, especially for the all-wheel drive. In terms of Model Y predictions, I don't know if I actually think there's going to be like a better incentive. What I really think is going to happen for the all-wheel drive is they're just going to extend that offer. They're going to make a quick, because it's kind of like funky here. Like, why is there 2 offers for the all-wheel drive and the rear-wheel drive, like one on the 16th and one on the 30th? I think they're just going to make it all on the 30th because they've got so much inventory. Of course, they're doing like a soft limit right now and to try and get people to place their orders. But I feel like in 2 days on Monday, which is the 16th, they're going to announce, or maybe even the 17th, extended 1.99 all the way to the end of the month for all wheel drives. And so I'm not sure I really would be too worried about that. But if you're worried, I would say put in a $250 deposit just to lock it in and really see what is out there for the Tesla vehicle. And really, actually, what you should be doing is going to the inventory pages to try and see what's available on the ground that you can take delivery ASAP, because we're already starting to hear some rumblings of people that, if you're not in California or Texas near the factories, and we'll talk about why that's important, getting your estimated delivery date or your EDD getting pushed all the way into July. And the biggest thing here is that you have to take delivery, at least from the terms that Tesla puts on here, is that you have to take delivery by the end of the month, June 30th. The reason, because it's the end of the quarter, to lock in or get the 1.99% financing rate. And the other thing with this is that, like, if you just want to throw in the deposit of the 250, you do have to place the credit application and fill out the credit application as well to be able to get that 1.99. So it's not just a 250 deposit, it's 250 deposit plus the credit application to get the 1.99% financing on the all-wheel drive. But I do feel like they're going to extend it. But the thing here is that you do have to take delivery by June 30th to be able to get any of these different offers. And if you're getting pushed, like an estimated delivery date is getting pushed all the way to July, the reason why that's happening is because most likely it's your location, dependent on how far it is logistically from some of the factories. Tesla tries to prioritize quickest deliveries as possible, and so they try and push vehicles or feed vehicles, transport vehicles, depending on demand, and of course, if they can get that delivery count by the end of the month. So if yours was saying like June 20th and now it just got pushed to July, buy, it might be because logistically it just doesn't make sense to probably ship a truckload of Model Ys to your location, and they diverted it maybe to a different location, or they pushed off the logistical things for that. And so it really could depend. And what you can do is you could try and switch your delivery or switch your order to an inventory vehicle. The easiest way to do that is to try and vehicles see on the website that are based upon your zip code, or go into a local Tesla store, see if they can help you, or even call them as well. And really your benefit is to try and take delivery by the end of the month, June 30th, so that you can get your 1.99% financing locked in. And hey, there's other things that you can try. We were talking to someone, I'm helping them on a Model Y delivery earlier, and I've always said, like, hey, take a shot, right? And so if you're someone that has, in this specific case, was a July estimated delivery date that got pushed all the way to past June 30th, so maybe you wouldn't be able to get the 1.99, maybe you will, but it seems like according to the terms, they wouldn't be able to get it. I offered the advice of, hey, try and see if you can switch one to an inventory vehicle, and maybe dangle the carrot and say, like, hey, I'm willing to take one of these other vehicles that might be a different color, might have the rims I don't necessarily want. Are you willing, Tesla advisor or Tesla sales, to waive the cost of that extra payment or whatever it may be? So like if it's $1,000 wheels, maybe they'll waive that 1,000. So because if you think about it, they want deliveries ASAP, and if yours got pushed, then they don't get that delivery. So they could be incentivized to make some deals and incentives. In that specific case, they were able to waive a $300 type of thing credit, and so certainly that's a different scenario, but certainly that is a very interesting thing here. So I would say I wouldn't try and bank on Tesla extending the 1.99 past June 30th, but if you're looking to lock it in by the end of the month, kind of the same idea with Model 3s as well, then I would personally try one of these strategies to get you in before then. And I know a lot of you are trying to buy a Tesla right now, but you might have some trade-in vehicles, or you have vehicles that you're trying to sell as well. And that's where we're partnering with Chip. You might know Chip from our podcast that we recorded, and Chip's looking to buy your vehicle, whether it's electric vehicle, Tesla, or anything. He's in the Tennessee area, and he wants to get you maximum value for your vehicle as well. So definitely check out his website down below in the description for a trade-in website, and also put Dennis Deal so that he knows where you're coming from as well. But shout out to everybody that's looking to sell their vehicle on top of that. But let us know what your thoughts on it. Let us know what you're thinking. If you're planning on financing your Tesla, then there's one thing you need to do before you even apply: protect your credit. Seriously, because here's the wildest part. Bank of America just had a data breach recently, and they didn't even tell customers for a month. That means your social, your phone number, and your email could have already been out there, and you'd have no clue. Most companies wait on average of 277 days to report a breach. That's 9 months where your identity is exposed and you're the last to know. That's why I use Aura, today's sponsor. Aura constantly scans the dark web and lets me know if anything tied to me shows up: my social, bank info, or any of my personal information. And that's not just for breaches. There's so many different tools I use with Aura. Want to reduce those pesky spam calls? Aura's got it. Want to remove your data, like your addresses, phone numbers, from those sketchy broker sites? Aura has that too. They will also include $5 million in identity theft insurance, and everything's packed into one clean app. You can try it free for 14 days at aura.com/DennisCW. I'll put that in the description as well. Don't wait until someone else tells you your data is at risk. That's like turning on Sentry mode after your car got keyed. Protect your credit before you apply. I'm doing it, and you should too.